what is my own understanding during the Age of Enlightenment, or also known as Age of Reason. The Enlightenment was an intellectual, philosophical movement that dominated the world of ideas in Europe during the 17th and 18th centuries. According to historians, the fathers of Enlightenment were René Descartes, Francis Bacon, Isaac Newton, John Locke, Voltaire, and Rousseau. These thinkers were more than others influenced the intellectual revolution of Enlightenment. The first father I will mention, René Descartes. René Descartes was born in 1596 and he died on 1650. René Descartes was a French soldier, a mathematician, and a physicist. He is known as the father of rationalism. Descartes disliked the scholastic religious thinking and he championed the use of reason instead. He rejected all religious bias of the past and he emphasized the importance of reasoning to find the truth. He is famous for having made an important connection between geometry and algebra, which allow for the solving of geometrical problems by way of algebraic equation. He is also famous for having promoted a new conception of matter, which allow for the accounting of physical phenomena by work of mechanical explanation. And the second fathers of Enlightenment, I will mention Francis Bacon. Francis Bacon was born in January 22, 1561 in London. He is a lawyer, statesman, philosopher, and master of the English tongue. He is remembered in literary terms for the sharp worldly wisdom of a few dozen of AC. By studied constitutional history for his power as a speaker, parliament, and famous trials and as a James Lord Chancellor. Francis Bacon discovered and popularized the methods whereby the laws of science are discovered by gathering and analyzing the data from experiments and observation rather than using logic-based arguments. That's all.
My understanding of the Enlightenment, also known as the Age of Reason, it is a philosophical movement that dominated in Europe during the 18th century. It was centered around the idea that reason is the primary source of authority and legitimacy, and advocated such ideals as liberty, progress, tolerance, fraternity, constitutional government, and separation of church and state. So I'll mention one of the fathers of Enlightenment. Sir Isaac Newton influenced the intellectual revolution of Enlightenment. In 1642, 1727 was the most outstanding scientist of the Enlightenment and the father of modern physics. He discovered the law of gravity, navigation tables, the sextant, light spectrum, and calculus. His work influenced philosophy for 100 years. Sir Isaac Newton contributed significantly to the field of science. Over his lifetime, he invented calculus and provided a clear understanding of optics, but his most significant work had to do with forces and specifically with the development of a universal law of gravity. He is best known for his theory about the law of gravity, but his Principia Mathematica in 1686 with its 3 laws of motion greatly influenced the Enlightenment in Europe. Newton's second major book, Optics, detailed his experiments to determine the properties of light.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau, 1712 to 1788, the French-Swiss author of Social Contract, championed limited government and democracy. He was the father of modern democracy for his idea of majority rule, but he was also the father of Romanticism, for his romantic novel Emile and theory of liberal education for children. He influenced the pursuit of simple life with his slogan, Back to Nature.
John Locke, 1632 to 1704, was different from that as of Newton and Descartes, but also important. Locke was the father of a new theory of knowledge, which inspired thinking for the Enlightenment. He stated that all knowledge comes from the five senses and reason. He insisted that at birth, the human mind is a blank tablet.